You are watching Soccer Night in Detroit.
Check, check. Hello, everybody. Here we are at Toledo, where Detroit City just got a massive W. What?
Monday with the right foot. It's in the back of the net.
Well, going into this thing, Detroit City FC had only lost a game in process. However, since that one loss, they've been doing real well today. But going up against an opponent who hasn't won a game yet, you figured it would probably be with Detroit City's best interest to steal 3 points from this one. Wouldn't you think there, Steve?
You know what? I was hoping they would steal 3 points, considering they're in their third straight year off to a slow start. So it could be ripe for the picking today. Yeah.
Yeah, right for the picking would have been would have been the right way to go about things. But we go to the 12th minute here. Tommy Silva would get this pass coming up right here, take a shot on net. Koki Vegas would put a hand on this thing, and it would be at 0-0.
No.
13th minute of action here. Ryan Williams gets pummeled by J.J. Williams here, and Ryan Williams down for a little bit, but J.J. Williams would be handed a yellow for this hard foul right here. Very ugly right there. Go to the...
And then the 43rd minute, Jalen Tidell with a great, beautiful run up the side, decided to cross it. Darren Smith get a header on it, and then
Koki Vegas just bats it away.
Oh, yeah.
Go to halftime here, and of course they're continuing the moment of stillness between each half as both teams gather around the center circle here. Go to the 85th minute here. A little mistake there by Herrera. Dwayne Atkinson was going to make him pay, but he just sweeps it right back up. And, frustrating day for Rhode Island as well. And, you look at the frustration for Detroit City FC. Otesju, second minute of stoppage time, just a bit outside. Outside. Wide right. Yeah, wide right. Right-footed shot. You got to make those, dude. Got to make those.
I know.
Finals
how we ended up a 0-0 draw.
A goose egg and Pawtucket today, and Detroit City. They had their chances, but a lot of frustration there, and I'm sure the same way for Rhode Island as well.
And I have to say, they capitalized on some Detroit City mistakes, but dude, Carl Torreira was proving his worth. Actually, speaking of JJJ, he almost got a second yellow card, not in the highlight patches. He allegedly took a little boot to the back while he was keeping the, but they didn't, call it.
Something probably they should have called because, I don't know, is the intent to injure in that with that incident? Was there very much an intent to injure?
That's the big question. Was there a 10? I would say somewhat, 50-50. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for Detroit City, I'm looking at the ball. Not that much ball. The ball possession was pretty close to 50-50. However, needless to say, they didn't take as many shots today.
No, only 4 shots. One of them was on target. That was the Darren Smith header. Almost got his fifth. And Rhode Island had 14 shots and 2 on target. They have more touches. Well, they didn't have lack of touches in the opponent bot. 14 for Rhode Island and 9 for City. So
Exactly. It looked like, I mean, judging by the numbers, I'm sure your favorite number, the XG, would have said, probably Rhode Island 1-0 in this thing. But needless to say, hats off to Carlos Herrera, third clean sheet on the year.
yeah, it's only had a couple of saves in that game, but yeah, third, you're right, and continue on his hot streak. 4 games in, haven't, well, it's up for that one
3-1 with 3 clean sheets.
Yeah, 3 clean cake, and like I said, in the, he's third in the GAA.
Yep.
0.67.
Hey, keeps that up. Keeps that up with that performance today. I mean, but for Detroit City, you know what? I'm glad that we got a draw today. As
A point.
That being a point.
Yes.
Because of the last time we were on this 3 games in 8 days stretch, it was 2 wins and then a loss. This time it's 2 wins and a draw. I mean, and grant you, the third game of these have been on the road. So to get a draw on Rhode Island, despite Rhode Island's kind of was on a hot streak themselves. They just won El Clamico 2-0 over the Hartford Athletic the other night in the U.S. Open Cup. And they've, I think they carried some of that momentum into this match this afternoon.
I know. El Clamico. Oh, yes. And by the way, they're going to beat Hartford again in the first group stage of the USL Cup, the Tire Cup. Also an El Cup. They're going to be El Clamico 4 times. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, we got to play Lou City 4 times.
I know.
We play Lou City more than Lexington does. And Indy.
I know. So, time to rest up because the next game, I'm going to say this again. I don't want to call it an easy opponent, but they're facing on a winless Jacksonville team.
Currently, right now, they are in the 90th minute of action as we are recording. It is 0-0 between them and Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, again, Tampa Bay, who had a hot start to the season, a draw, almost a draw. We'll see.
That'd be a victory for Jacksonville if that happens.
I know. I think they get their first point, right? Or
we shall see as we go.
That's a segue. That's a segue to
Around the Sea.
Ball down that left side, kept in for the moment at least. Casado! And Charleston Battery have struck first on the road. Hugo Farou saying that went over the line and was out. Charleston Battery celebrating. It catches everybody off guard. And the Battery get to play with the lead at Lynn Family Stadium here in the first half.
Credit again on it. Anguilla trying to taper away. Has some open real estate room with the right hand. Saws it off.
One-on-one with Zemla to tie this ball game. Bennett gets it done. Colorado Springs tie this game. Ordonez laces. Ordonez hits the targets for the second time in the game. Loudon have erased a 1-goal deficit.
Loose ball. Goldthorpe finds the back of the net. Tied at 1. Goldthorpe smashes it home to potentially get a point for Pittsburgh.
Great to see him back and healthy, and a beautiful ball out of the back. Reese crossing. That's going to find Moreno, and it's 3. Lights gets a piece of it, but that's all, and Armando Moreno has his brace. 3-1 Locomotive just like that.
The run, Vukovic in chase. Jago has a step on it, being held, chase it back, Blake Willie! His first career goal in a Republic uniform!
Reed Stephen lets it rip, and he scores! The best player of the night so far for New Mexico lets it rip, and they're up 1-0.
Bad giveaway here. Weaving all the way through. It's Pirano. Up top, Flores Blanco. Shot blocked. Well done. Still no shots on target. And now it's Leggett.
Needs bodies running forward. He needs Glasgow to open up those legs. Just stretch the defense.
Leggett! Sanchez denied.
Yeah, 2-0 in favor of Charleston over Louisville. And
yeah, and this is their first time winning at Lynn Family Stadium.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I haven't gone back to see the head-to-head, but yeah, that's a huge victory for the Battery.
I know. After two embarrassing odds last week when we outclassed Charlottesville and the Charlotte Independent knocked out, and everybody said, "Oh my God, back-to-back."
What's wrong with the Battery? And we were saying,
what's wrong with the Battery?
me and Tavio were talking about it Wednesday night. What's wrong with the Charleston Battery?
Yeah.
You know? And now all of a sudden they answered a lot of questions today by going down to Lynn Family and upending the Players Shield winners.
Yeah, and not only that, that was Ben Perriman's 100th win. We denied him at his original location, City, and now he gets his well-deserved 100 victory. Congratulations to Ben. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's definitely deserving of such an accomplishment. You know, he did a great job over at Memphis 901.
Mm-hmm.
And when he moved over to the Battery, the first year he was there, he should have gotten Coach of the Year.
I know.
For what he did. He turned that club around, got him to the USL Championship game, only to lose in penalty kicks to the Phoenix Rising.
Yes, and they were almost this close winning the title in both regulation and PK.
Close. Close. Penalty kicks. The great shall we say, the great divider. Yeah, the great equalizer. Might as well say. It's a 50-50 shoot either way. So lots of goals in Loudon today as Birmingham and Loudon wound up to a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, Tyler Patz had the only 2 goals for Birmingham. That was great. They almost won it. But a goal from Loudon
late in the match. Yeah, Tyler. Yeah, came in the 80th minute on a penalty. Ordonez with the penalty kick.
Yeah, you're right. And speaking of late deciders, Indy Pittsburgh. Holy cow. Indy
was up by a score of 1-0 thanks to a penalty by Jack Blake. But
the 90th minute.
Elliot Goldthorpe.
Oh, man.
Goldthorpe with the dagger. And in the 90th, not really the dagger, the equalizer. And Pittsburgh comes away with the victory there. So, yeah, we thought Pittsburgh was done with an 11th goal on the year that they've given up. But, still in USL competition.
Yes, I
Doesn't
know.
matter. I mean, if you give up a penalty, you give up a goal anyway.
I know. And don't forget Hartford, Miami. The other game we looked at the Fab Four due to a scoreless draw as well. So
yeah, nothing much to report there.
No,
nothing much to report there. Another one of the afternoon games. Lexington and Colorado played to a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
Breaking news in Tampa Bay. Guess what?
Tampa Bay scored.
Tampa Bay scored, and it looked
Oh
like I
my!
think it's Evan Conway.
Oh man, Evan Conway,
I
one of the
think it was Evan
superstars.
Conway.
Yeah, it's one of the
Nearly to
superstars.
the death of
Oh
that
my!
drama in Jacksonville.
I
Sporting
oh
Jack's still without a point.
yeah, you're right.
Still
Yeah.
without a point.
Oh my God, they're homeless. Oh. And yeah, speaking
And
of
we
which, we
face
have to
these
make.
guys next week.
Yeah, and before I go to the Jacksonville game, let's get to the Lexington game. Everybody's been questioning because they signed all the stars, including a lot of the stars from this season. They have gone off to a slow start. What's wrong with Lexington?
Not great, Bob. That's all I have to
Even
say
the guy,
there.
yeah, even the guy from Beyond the 90 is questioning the start. Oh, brother.
Well, I mean, we had these guys highly rated. Just, another one of those things you can't believe what you see on paper.
I know.
And it all depends on how the 21 players gel together as one unit.
You're right.
And right now, Lexington's sitting on the cusp of a playoff spot at this point.
You're right, but this is early.
It is
Damn.
early. It is early. It's way too early, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, sometimes this is what I don't like about these way too early stats. We always too much rely on them. Just wait until after game 10. We'll have to do a examination, man.
Yeah, speaking of which, this just went final 1-0 in favor of Tampa Bay. And yeah, so it just completed as we were talking, and we got the excitement of the highlight right there. But
And also, right now, I'm watching. I can't believe I'm saying this. Chicago, Nashville in MLS. Remember, know your enemy. And guess what? Chicago scored in the first minute.
who got it?
I forgot who it was.
I don't know. Was it our buddy?
No, I think it was a different player.
Oh,
so.
was it? Oh, he didn't get a stiff of the year then.
No. But like I said, we have to know our enemy. And Chicago, I don't want to say they're too good, but oh, brother,
They're good for where they're at right now with 7 points, as many games as they played, and now I mean it's early on right now in that matchup. So, needless to say there, but yeah, I just going back to Tampa Bay one more time. Okay, so as I mentioned, Evan Conway did score the goal. We did show the highlight as well. But, you look at Tampa Bay right now on the table, they're right there with Louisville. 12 points.
Oh, my.
12 points. And I'm thinking with that head-to-head win today, that puts them in the top spot.
Oh yeah. They're going to be a tough cookie to beat this year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Even though they haven't played as many games as Louisville, but right now 4 wins, 4 wins, no losses. This is as good as we advertised.
Do you think they're all playing?
Yeah, oh yeah, this team is as good as advertised.
Do you think they're going to play? Do you think all the teams are going to be playing for second or third place?
At this point, I think it's a crapshoot from third on down.
Yeah. Don't forget the other team, Louisville.
Yep.
I know.
From third on down. I mean, even though Louisville took a bump in the road today, Charleston's sitting there with 9 points themselves.
Oh yeah.
Only 3 behind.
Yes. And where
now they got the feather in the cap that they won at Lynn Family Stadium.
Oh yeah. And where do Detroit City sit after that point today?
Right now, from what it looks like, they're looking at the 6th spot or 7th spot. Oh yeah, no, 6th spot. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're looking at the 6th spot right now.
It's well early.
Yeah.
Considering next week we welcome Sporting Jack for the first time. Yes, the team from Duval County.
Yeah, any Tebowing will be prohibited at Keyworth Stadium. Unless it's mocking one of the Jacksonville players.
Yeah, well, actually, one of the minority owners of that team, and because I follow sport. He was a great college football player. You know what I mean? As a pro, he was marginally okay, but then you got your fan saying, "Oh my God, he's doing this. He's gonna be great," and it's been,
Yes. Yeah, my favorite picture of Tebow.
What?
One of the Lions mocking him in Denver. That's one of my favorite photographs.
Yeah, I hope we show that right now. There it is.
You know I'm going to show that.
I know.
Oh, what the hell's Friendly doing in there?
I don't know.
What the hell?
Friendly.
Oh my God, Friendly already talking smack early.
And Friendly is always there at the weirdest places. I don't know. Either that or
wow. Friendly already talking smack.
Either that or he's secretly Doctor Who.
You never know what Friendly can do. Give him a couple strolls, and you know what? I mean, we're not responsible at that point.
No. At least they have his handlers. That's good.
Yeah, needless to say, a little bit of fun there. But yeah, next week it is Jacksonville coming to Keyworth Stadium to take on Detroit City FC. Also another 4 o'clock kickoff, which also means it seems like 4 o'clock kickoffs have been the shall we say, welcoming thing for a certain Spanish language network known as 2DN.
Yeah, they will take those 4 o'clock matchups. You know what I mean? So here you hear a goal scorer. I think I saw the Darren Smith goal from a couple of weeks ago. Got the Spanish language treatment.
I like it.
I love it. And
we're
always,
all here for it.
I know. As always, we will have the musings midweek with everything going on in soccer, including the FA Cup quarters. And that
which we touched on a little bit this morning.
But we'll talk about it on Wednesday.
Put it this way. What we gave for 5 minutes was more than what ESPN gave them.
Oh, okay.
After the match today.
Okay.
Yeah, what we gave for maybe 2-3 minutes was more than what ESPN gave them for after the match today. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, possibly.
Kind of like back in 2004.
Yeah, kind of reminds me. What happened in 2004?
You know, I mean, all this talk about Shaq and Kobe and stuff like that. No mention of the word that, the Pistons kicked their ass in 5 games.
Yes, I remember that well. Our last title before this current run, and considering that on the first home game, if we get the dub, we will be the first playoff victory at Little Caesars Arena.
That's what I want. That's what I want most is got to get that home playoff win. You got the one win against New York last year at the 2 wins was it 1 or 2 wins at the Garden? I don't know what it was. Right. The series ended in 6 games. I know that.
Yeah, and can you believe that the Pistons will beat the Red Wings? They were the first playoff team when they got swept by Milwaukee, and oh my God, the first team to win a game before the Red Wings, which playoff champions.
I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But before we delve into Majors territory, we are a one-trick pony around here. So God bless those guys at the Majors covering all 5 sports.
Yeah,
they're doing one better. They're doing one better than most sports outlets in Detroit.
You're right, and actually, we will the discussion. Where should we call soccer? Could we now call it the Big Five?
You know, that discussion has been, I mean, we've been talking about it for the last, I mean, you and I have been sitting there talking about it, but I mean, it remains to be seen. I'm sure it's going to come up on one of our editions of the Musings
I know, yeah.
as well. So, but enough of this rambling on here. Another
We're
exciting
just trying to fill time for 30 minutes.
You know it.
It's the
Especially, you
postgame.
know, how can you fill time after a 0-0 draw?
I have no clue. I could keep talking and talking, but I'm glad everybody got home safely after the viewing party because I was stuck in the clubhouse because there was an actual tornado warning. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
hopefully everyone's safe.
everybody's safe, nothing damaged. Thank God it faded. No tornado activity, so we're safe. And on to Easter, happy Easter, everybody! I'll be
For those
down
who
at
celebrate.
Yes, I'll be at Comerica Park for a regular baseball game with a perk premium. And although Justin Verlander is not pitching tomorrow, out
15-day DL.
No, I know. But then we will meet again on Saturday night, as always. Soccer Night in Detroit pregame, an hour before pregame. What these days I'm going to explain my sister why I have to ride at 1 o'clock.
Catch us on the pregame before the match. We don't know what time it's gonna be because you know it'll show up. It'll show up on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. Hype the video as well. Help us out here.
Yeah, we're getting got a lot of good view counts. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Of our content. So.
Which I'm happy of. I mean, would I like to see more? Absolutely. You know, I like to see like 100, 200, 300. I like to see us in the 4,000 or 5,000 range. That'd be cool. But you know,
right.
I mean, for what we have, for what we do, and our little corner of the sports world, I think we're okay.
I know. And by the way, look at the end of the show. Look at the animation. Subscribe, like the video, and don't forget to be notified to ring that bell. Ring the bell, man.
Ring the bell. I am not going to say the other one because that's property of another podcast that we know and love. So,
okay.
Until we meet again, we'll talk to you Wednesday on the Musing. Steve over in Hamtramck.
Good night. Have a safe night, and don't forget, Jack, watch it the Saturday night show on replay. Jack Black hosting with Jack White musical guest.
He's gonna be up.
Would be outdated, but it's on Peacock.
Knowing me, I'm going to watch probably some more soccer. Probably watch the late games. I know they've already been discussed on the what do you call it, around the sea, but you know, catch some of those nightcap games before.
And we're gonna review them when we meet on Wednesday.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. If not, you know, we got all the news that we try to fit the print. All right. And we will see you on Wednesday for the Musings. Until then, folks, keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the galaxy, and most of all, be good.